Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the 2022 Birdie Open. This is the MPO lead card from round 3, back 9. I sincerely hope you'll find this an exciting conclusion at the Iron Hill Disc Golf Course. I'm Andrew Fish, joined by Nick Hanson.
Hey folks, how we doing today?
Nick, we've got a pretty tight pack of 3 at the top and then a little bit of separation beyond that. On this back 9, which is tough scoring conditions, what do you think it's going to take?
I think it's going to take some consistent play. Also, with how the scores are going, I think the players are going to need to keep attacking how they have been. Multiple people having, bogey-free front nines. It's really going to come down to, who's feeling it the most today with the conditions we have. It's, I would say, ideal weather.
Yeah, it was a little bit windy, but perfect temperature, and fairways are clean, just got to hit them.
Here we are at hole 10, 615 feet. It's a par 4. If you can land about 30 feet back from where we just flew, you're going to be able to have a chance to get up here for your birdie. I would say the play is going to be either a flip up mid-range or a chop sidearm from the right-hand player.
Johansen going to go Mantis. That's a little too inside. Birdie probably out of play there, but he made good distance in the first.
I was going to say, he got up to good position at least.
And I like going flippy mid, just try to run it up the middle, and then, depending on that lie, I may or may not attack the second shot. I've seen a couple different plays out of Matt during this tournament. That's not the one he wanted.
He's going to be inside and kicking right.
Hammersten with the M4. That may be a little too straightened out, and yeah, he'll go right. You got to hope that nominative determinism isn't a thing for Matt Hammersten.
And Bell looking to get a good amount of distance there, but he might have trouble being behind that bush there.
Yeah, still tucked on the right. As noted, Hammer has the possibility. It looks like he's going to go with a forehand. Makes progress.
Yeah, he's going to get all the way back out to the fairway there. He should be able to get up and down from par, I would say.
It's possible. He's still 300 feet back.
It looks like you're going for this one from there.
Yeah. I like playing the flip up. I want to push it all the way to the right side and just didn't get it there.
Yeah, maybe a little too tall. Kind of faded out on you.
Once again, back to the forehand. MJ knows how to scramble. Uses the fairway nicely. Just glides down to the center. That'll be banger distance for him. This is unreal.
You said it. Wow. Matt Bell getting up to the circle to save par, potentially.
From the left side, this is kind of a tricky gap because he needs to play it to the right side.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was looking so good, but it's going to catch one of those trees and be in circle 2.
MJ squibbles up to 20. Nicely done.
Was that kind of just a layup from back there?
Yeah, that was a how can I efficiently get out of the woods type shot.
What were you, 90 feet or so?
Something in that vein, yeah. If it was wide open, I might be giving it a run the way Hammer is. Wow. Online. Matt for his 4 attempt. Yes.
Sneaks it right over the rim, and that is a great putt to save par.
Saw a little bit of putting struggles early from him, but Matt has turned it on here. Watch out if he gets going.
Yeah, he could climb right back up the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm. And Nick, we've seen this play as one of the harder holes throughout the tournament. So not surprising to see that pars are kind of best case scenario for everyone.
Yes, some great scrambles, though, to get par.
Mm-hmm. And Hammer's going to tap in a bogey here.
Yeah, this is actually going to be his first bogey of the round. We're going to move on to hole 11. 600-foot par 4. This tunnel here, you're able to push down, and then you have the option either to turn or fade out in front of these trees, hoping to get somewhere down in this area here to then have a good approach to try and get your birdie. What are you trying to do on this hole?
Hit the initial gap. If I hit the initial gap, good things are going to happen. Thereafter, drifting right and then finishing left is the dream. MJ's going to show us how to do that. It's a little high, playing with some branches up there, but gets the right drift. And that'll access the left side, which I think is the preferential way to play it. Flippy vulture to drift.
That looks like you're going to be in a pretty good spot there.
Yeah, I'm thrilled with that. Matt with a moment to gather. Plays a steep hyzer, and it's not going to unwind for him. Hammer plays with everything on the left side. Gets through, great distance, and he's right near MJ, right behind me. I think that Matt was taking on the risk of hitting early in order to try to birdie. He was probably 425 back, and now he's about 325 with a field goal to hit.
Good kick, though, to get him a ways down the fairway, maybe even into circle 2.
Johansen plays right side with a banger and knocked down at circle 2's edge at best. Hammersten back to the distortion. Nice flat release, and then the late fade.
Ooh.
That's very nicely done.
A little more skip. That might have jumped in. Opting with the turnover down the hill there. Is there a reason you chose that over sidearm?
I felt like it opened the gap up nicely. The trees... There's a set of trees that are at circle's edge that I felt like a forehand was going to push into too readily. And I thought I could just kind of break off of those with a backhand. Instead, I'm standing right behind it.
Oh, and it's going to be front rim and out, unfortunately. You will, however, tap in for par.
It's so frustrating to feel like you made good shots and then made your putt and it doesn't go in.
Yeah, that does happen quite a bit, I feel like, in disc golf, where you feel like you did something right, but the result isn't how you felt it was going to be.
Sure. And I mean, that's the nature of a golf game, that it's measured in strokes, not not your intent.
Got Matt with the lefty tap in there for his bogey. And we're on to hole 12. 520-foot par 4. Players are going to throw down this initial gap here to then turn directly left and be going down this gap here. A very tough hole. And I don't know if we're going to be seeing too many birdies here. What do you think?
No, this one always plays very challenging. The gap is as tight as anything else on the course, if not tighter, to a specific landing zone and a green that's really, really hard to park. Hammer goes mid and pulls it, and tapping down early left makes it very challenging to advance.
Yeah, the green runs down right towards the OB. There's rocks littering the green, so you have an easy chance to hit one and stand up and roll.
Johansen pulls his shot to about the same way that Hammersten had, but kicks right. Still very far, but more playable, in my opinion. I like a baby flex with a wasp, and I'm thrilled with that.
Yeah, you were probably right in the center of the landing zone, it looked like.
Yeah, not far in front of where the short tee pad is, which essentially takes away the first shot to the corner.
Matt with the double kick and dropping in the middle of the fairway.
And this is kind of an aggressive play, but it makes sense. You get the disc vertical, hope you can move through the rest of the trees.
So dangerous, though, with I feel like all the rocks on the fairway.
Yeah.
And the roots.
Matt Bell looks to the heavens, also with a forehand roller. And
got some good distance with it, though.
Yeah, that's wonderful. He's not quite to the green, but 4 is he's in a lot better spot than he started. MJ with about 6 bad options. He chooses the one that's furthest down, but taps left. I want to throw kind of a stand-up hyzer that gets to the left side.
Oh. It's going to be chopped down a little early. Did you get to circle 2 there?
Yeah, circle 2. And I feel like I'm there 2 out of 3 rounds every year.
Which isn't bad. I mean, this hole's pretty hard.
Hammer back to the forehand. We'll see what kind of ground action he gets. Looks like circle's edge. And, well, I wouldn't be running it, but
I was
going
going
to
to say, Matt Bell with zero fear running it from all over. Love to see it.
Johansen, a little bit of a conservative play. Nice bounce down to the base.
All right, are you running this one?
Absolutely. You can see the circle 2 flag or circle 1 flag.
Oh, what? How?
I'm going to rewind that dozens and dozens and dozens of times to try to figure that very thing out.
That looks really good. Maybe just the downhill angle and velocity.
It was a touch high. I felt like I did what I needed to do and just didn't get the right break.
Good process, bad result, it looked like, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bell to the horseshoe putt. Nicely done to ring up his par. And from where a few of those tee shots started, not terrible results.
No, the card playing at 1 over is pretty good. And we're going to be on to hole 13. 360 feet, par 3. It's downhill. That you're going to need something to penetrate straight and then fade at the very end here. A very difficult par 3 on the back 9 here.
Hammersten with a mid-range, slight hyzer release, drifting left. That can work.
And boy, does it. Getting all the way through up to the circle.
Yeah. I like the flatness of this, but it's starting to drift and drift and drift. And more or less hits the gap that I wanted it to.
Chop down about circle 2?
No, not even circle 2. It's 100 short.
Okay.
Matt taking more of the right edge of the fairway. Gets the fade back in. Got to figure he'll be going for that one.
Gonna be pretty short, though, it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a sandwich back there? What are you munching on the ground?
I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. Odds are it was some kind of multi-grain bread, a spread, a cheese, and a meat. I really try to eat well during rounds rather than just relying on sugar snacks and stuff.
Good layup from you there.
This green is so hard, Nick.
This whole course is so hard.
It's just like I want to land at 15 short and, scoot to the basket. But instead, you don't know what kind of reaction you'll get on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, good luck with that. Oh,
Wow.
Matt Bell hitting the flag. Hammersten for his birdie.
And capitalizes. Nicely done.
So I threw it actually on this hole 90 past during the last round somehow.
What did you throw?
I threw a fairway driver
Mhm.
on a hyzer flip, and it just was perfect, I guess.
Yeah, you start getting that ride. The initial intent for this hole was to be further back and left, and I think they were going to call it a 500-foot par 3 in the woods. That kind of got scrubbed and eventually evolved to this very position.
I enjoy that position.
Yeah, I think overall that was the right choice.
But we're on to hole 14, a 400-foot par 3. Fairly straight for the most part. You got a few trees to navigate, and really two options. You could turn one a little bit that then fades out, or you could have one that fades the entire time and gets you to about circle's edge, circle 2.
Yeah, while hole 13 was moved closer from its initial intent, at some point, the players who were coming from out of town here were all throwing mid-ranges at the original position here. Wow, as Hammer throws low and then boosts left hard. So this has been moved back from probably 325 or so to 400, and it makes a world of difference.
We're also on the edge of the course, so you can get a little bit of wind coming in here, and can cause for a difficult tunnel shot.
Yes, absolutely. Matt goes driver, gets over, and gets a very nice wind drift. We'll see what he's left with for his birdie look. And MJ just kind of being a spin doctor with that scorch.
Actually stood one up and it went a little ways.
Oh,
Dead.
Wow. That would have probably skipped up to circle 1.
I think so.
A great approach there from Hammersten, giving him a shot at par.
Yeah, you can really get buried in a hurry on the left side. MJ banger.
Oh, MJ.
And the putting was kind of continuing here.
Yeah, a little short there on your circle 2 putt, but close. Just needs a little minor adjustment, and they're in.
Yeah, still, I don't want to have to be making minor adjustments at this stage of an A tier.
Hey, sometimes you just go a little off, you know.
So everyone's fixing to take a par here.
We'll be right back after a short break. And here we are at hole 15, a 400-foot par 3. It's going to play up this tunnel here as it is uphill most of the way. It's going to start to flatten out here. And if you can hit this second gap, you can fade into the green. A very tough par 3.
Yeah, and it's one that this year I'm not even attacking. Hammer he's going to go D2 and throws a good shot that's kind of punished. He hits the right side tree and boosts down to the left.
Oh. And your high shot on the right there hits and kicks down as well. Are you going for that right side gap there?
That stood up a little more than I would want to. Matt's throwing the way I would like to.
Yeah, where you just kind of fade out there along with the fairway.
Right, but he's going for a 2. I'm really not.
Yeah. The shots that you have to throw here are very unique for, the right to left movement and, the multiple gaps that you have to hit during the line.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's a huge part of the creativity that the course designers want you to utilize. And there's too many woods courses where all the gaps are straight ahead of you and all the pins are visible off the tee. Like, you have to get practice rounds in here to understand where your disc needs to break and where the appropriate landing zones are and like what the optimal way to approach each green is. So Fish and Hammersten both struggling. He'll be in position for a 4. And I'm setting myself up to do the same. Matt, honest bid for 2. And MJ with the look away, but not the good kind of his.
Yeah, you could tell he was disappointed immediately.
This was a really good card to play with. You can see Hammer and MJ chatting as they come up. We all want to win. We also all want to see each other do very well. Just like a lot of fun to hang out with these guys and play and see good golf happening. Since Matt Bell he's kind of bopped around, but now he's in New Jersey, I get to see him a lot more and play with him a lot more. It's neat to have regional events like this that attract everyone in the region who's, willing to play it.
And we're going to be on to hole 16, 600-foot par 4. The main gap here, if you can get through it, you're going to want to turn a little bit to the right to get down this gap here and down the fairway. If you can get into that zone, you're going to have a shot towards the green here. Very tough hole. Once again, I feel like I've said this about 18 times now.
Matt with the aggressive hyzer flip. That's very nicely thrown. That stump is a very good marking point for, what defines a good shot. Johansen Center of the gap with a scorch, gets it to drift right. That'll fade out a little bit more than is desirable, but plenty of distance achieved. And nice fairway from Hammer. Even more left than MJ.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't turn that as much as he might have wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just got to flat and then just kept riding.
And I got to tell you, I have a 2-stroke lead. My brain felt like I was trailing. I didn't have a good command of my release point after taking a bogey on the previous hole. So now I'm trying to hack my way forward and have to go forehand and then a forehand turnover attempt.
You got what looked like good distance off that second one, but that left side is just so difficult to get down.
Yeah, I think good distance is relative when you've only made, 75 feet off the tee. Bell hitting the true fairway.
What a shot.
Sure.
Inside the bullseye from Matt Bell.
Hammer going mid-range. Pushes it nice and straight. Breaks it back in.
Threads the upshot there.
Yeah.
That's going to put him inside the circle.
MJ's third. Also going to base the bucket. And this is, in my opinion, not where you want to be throwing your fourth.
No, but at this point, we just need to get up and down and get you in the bucket. And you did exactly what you needed to do to get inside the circle and have an easy tap in.
I didn't set out to create drama, but don't look now. We're about to have a tie ball game with two to go.
And two of the hardest holes on the course to go.
Yes, no doubt.
And here we are, hole 17, an 860-foot par 5. It is uphill the entire way. Your initial drive is hopefully going to land in this area somewhere. If you can get past it up to about here, you're going to have a good chance to get up the fairway. But I would say we might see a birdie, but par is very good on this hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt with a great shot. Starts at left side, hyzer flip to drift, and that's far and center.
That is premium spot to be in.
Mm-hmm. And Matt Hammersten nearly matching it.
Great shot out of him. It kept turning that entire time just to barely miss that left side. And he's going to be also in a good spot.
MJ attempts the same flight path. Pretty good reaction off the tree to be in the fairway, though.
Good shot out of you. That's turning. Oh, maybe a little short right there.
It was good. It kind of just, I think, hit something and bounced backwards on me. But plenty of distance. 4 is in play. Kind of have a weird run up around a rock and do a really bad job of adjusting to it and yank it right.
Yeah, that one's going to be a tough one. I think 4's out of play for you, but we can still get up and down for par. I like how I said we there.
You shouldn't be rooting for people as a commentator. It's important to be neutral.
I root for everybody.
Hammer with good distance on that forehand. If you're thinking of this as match play, which I now have to be as a competitor, Hammer certainly has the advantage on this hole. Matt, great distance. Left side is pretty accessible if you've gone far left enough.
MJ with a roller.
Yeah, and it comes back into frame with much less speed than it left.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff on the ground to catch.
Oh boy, what a shot out of you there. It looks like a pretty good turnover. Get you about circle's edge on that hillside, maybe?
Yeah, that was a desperate heave for a miracle.
And wow, Hammersten going long, deep off the green there. You don't see that very often.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, with the match play scenario you were talking about, you had to throw that type of shot to not only put some pressure on him, but give yourself a good opportunity to get up and down.
Mm-hmm. MJ still jockeying for position. He puts himself in a spot where 5 is viable. Bell to the top of the hill. And that's such a weird putt because you can hardly tell what's in front of you.
Yeah, you're so uphill, and it's just a tough putt in general. As we're moving down here, I think to you. What's going through your mind here?
Gotta make it. Gotta make it. Like, I feel like I have lost the tournament at this point. I've given up a 4-stroke lead in 6 holes. And now this is my chance to rectify that.
And look at you go, getting up and getting a birdie here.
I could see just the band.
Very impressive after your second shot to get all the way up there to give yourself that opportunity.
MJ, nicely done. 5 scramble. Bell, not quite on the flat, but still, you'd take this 7 out of 7 days. Yes. Nicely done for his birdie.
Multiple birdies coming on this hole is very impressive.
And hammer in for 5. So that leaves him trailing by 1 with 1 to go. Nick, we've seen 18 be a really hard hole throughout.
Yeah, and here we are at 18, 630 feet. As you can see, this first shot is very tight. If you can get to this gap or a little deeper, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to get up and down for birdie. However, it's not going to be easy. If you can get past these rocks here, you'll be inside the circle and putting. What are you thinking on a tee like this when you have a 1-stroke lead?
I want to get clean, and I want to put the pressure on the other guy. I birdied in round 2, but I kind of think that in most cases par is going to be sufficient here. So positive headway.
Matt throwing what looked like a really good shot. It just didn't turn enough. It got that main center tree, which you're either going to go right or left of.
It hurts
Good.
watching it.
Good second kick, though. You didn't get clean like you wanted to, but you're in a position to get par still.
Potentially, yeah. Felt like I had the right drift. Hammer needs to execute, and
Also hitting down about the same spot.
yeah, the match play thickens here.
MJ also catching that tree on the left there, and our three competitors are going to be grouped up here short. Still needing to get to that turn in the fairway.
Put myself in, I guess.
MJ does just that, getting a shot well up there. He's going to have a potential look to save his par.
And Hammer misses left, but gets good distance.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he got through all that stuff on the left somehow.
No!
Oh, no. You're going to hit early, and this match play is getting pretty tight here.
I think what you're looking at is two guys who are both willing to lose the tournament in spectacular fashion.
Oh, this course will do exactly this to you at any given moment.
All right, so
And
alternating clutch and unclutch shots.
what an incredible shot. Gets all the way up there to hit the rocks. Oof, an unfortunate roll, but you're going to be up there for a putt.
Yeah. Johansen's third. Plays the right side, gives it the width. Also coming up a touch short.
And the Hammer needs to put this one close.
So he's got the left side, works back to the right on a hyzer.
Oh, look at that. Inside the circle. Well, yeah, it looks like it's still inside the circle, but that's going to be a par putt from there.
Matt with a nice forehand. Out to 20 feet. Good for him.
So here you are about, what, 50?
Something like that.
Oh, no. And just out of the hand, it looked like you knew it was there or wasn't there, and you're going to be tapping in for bogey, and Hammer's going to have a chance to tie.
Yeah. All right.
Hammer has done just that. So you'll be tapping in, I hope, and looks like we're going to have some playoff holes.
Yeah. You got to admire the way Hammer battled throughout that back nine to put himself in contention. Made some clutch putts. Some very nice approaches. Bell in for his four. Well done by him.
Disappointed, I'm sure, but way to get up and down for your bogey at least.
Yeah. The second shot was kind of the killer there. So that brings us to a playoff on hole one. Get a little bit of extra golf here. Hammer's been playing hole one excellently all weekend. Back to the M4. And once again,
That he does. Maybe a little shorter than he wanted to be, but that's going to be in a good spot to try and attack again.
yeah. Watching his shot, I know that it's a little short. I want to make him throw the second shot first.
Finally got one.
Plenty of height, a little bit too much turn perhaps. Yeah.
Oof.
That was going places, but
If that got on the backside of that tree, that would have been way down there.
so this is very pinched. And kind of a miracle shot between the V.
We're going to get kicked up there inside circle 2, it looks
Yeah.
like. This gives yourself a chance at birdie.
So advantage hammer if you can get this forehand down the fairway.
Oh, and he's going to be caught up significantly earlier than you. He's going to be really needing to just pitch this under the basket and allow you to maybe take this win home on the first playoff hole.
Yeah, so now it's all coming down to this. This is 40 feet. You can see a circle 1 flag just in front of my lie.
Oh, and just a little low. Were you kind of giving it a half bid, or was that
No,
a full bid?
It's supposed to be. It turns out to make a putt, you got to get it chain high, and that was just a tentative putt.
And those
Too
things
worried-
happen.
Too worried about the comeback. And this is a very difficult round for me to commentate and watch again because I'm kind of reliving the tension that I was feeling. Like, it's the beauty of sports. It's the beauty of, putting your mind and body to the test to see what you can do. But it's rough to see myself not execute the way I want to.
Hammer's going to get to about circle 2 there with that shot here on hole 2.
Yeah, very similar spot to where he was in the round when he made a jump putt for 2.
And this looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's got to work its way through some stuff.
Oh, and you are in the bullseye. Talk about putting pressure on Hammer here. Oh, and it's just off the top.
Yeah, heartbreaker. He had a little bit of razz.
You, sir, look to be tapping in for the 2022 Birdie Open champion. Congratulations, Andrew Fish.
Thanks, Nick. Hard fought. Really appreciate Hammer as a competitor. We travel a lot together. We play a lot together. I know that he really dug in and did everything he needed to put himself in position.
Birdie Open MPO champion, Andrew Fish.
And thank you so much to Birdie for their title sponsorship at this event and to the local crew for making it possible. You see there the final round results. Really, really fun card to play on and a really competitive leaderboard all the way down here.
Kevin Kiefer shooting a 7 down to shoot up to 3rd place. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our competitors that played in this event. We want to thank our title sponsor, Birdie, and of course, always, our Only Zool group. Andrew, it was a pleasure being here in the booth with you. Any last words for us?
Thanks, Nick. I look forward to commentating with you again. And thanks to Gatekeeper for the opportunity and for their continued great coverage of professional disc golf.
Folks, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again, and happy hucking.